What's going on, everybody? It's X29 here doing another video. Today I thought I'd do a quick list of my top favorite warframes that I have experienced thus far. So let's take a look. My first favorite warframe is Ember. Ember is a very solid damage warframe. Her abilities synergize pretty well, so let's take a look at them. Fireball, I don't really use it that much. You basically hold it down. It does damage, it varies from 520 to 1040. Immolation. This is a pretty cool ability. You have to cast it, kind of let it, the more heat you build up, the more damage you do. Hello, phone. And it's kind of a catch-22 because the higher the level gets, like when you start overheating, you'll start draining your energy, which is not a good thing. As a caster frame, you need energy. So here's how you maintain that. Fire Blast. It drops your gauge down, as you can see in that little tidbit. See, the yellow is where you start to overheat. Then when you use your Fire Blast, it lowers your gauge and you quit burning energy up, which is really nice. But if you want to gain more energy, a good way to do that is with Fireball and Inferno. So when you have your 3 on, you start gaining your heat, you pop your Inferno, and then you'll start getting a lot more heat. And then you use a Fire Blast, and you get your heat back down. So you can kind of sustain that, which is really nice for defense missions especially, and survival missions. So Ember, she's a great warframe, highly recommend her. Alright, next up, Frost. I really enjoy using Frost. He has come in handy time and time again. You get him from the Lech Krill and I can't remember the guy's name, but yeah, Lech Krill, yeah, Vahak and Lech Krill, or Vor and Lech Krill, yes. So his first ability doesn't really do much. You just freeze a target, does damage, not much. It's kind of fun though, freezing a target and you bop them over the head with your melee weapon. Ice Wave, yeah, it's a good ability. I don't really use it much though. More damage. I don't really use Frost for damage. I use him for this. His snow globe is really nice for defense type missions. You do have to pay attention though, like where you put it up, because your allies can't shoot through it. Like from the outside, they can't shoot up inside of it, but they can shoot from the inside out, if you know what I'm trying to say here. And your 1 does pop your bubble, so really that's all I really use my 1 for with him. Avalanche is a really nice ability for AoE. So if a lot of enemies are starting to surround you when your bubble breaks, or you just want to wipe out a bunch of enemies, pop your Avalanche, send them sailing. It's great. And his passive is, yes, so when your opponents hit you, they have a chance to freeze, and it's freaking hilarious. I forgot to mention Ember's passive. So Ember's passive is receive 5% ability strength for every enemy within 50 meters engulfed in flame. So yeah, Fire Blast, start getting more ability strength. She's pretty awesome. Now we're on to my third favorite warframe, Vabin. He is probably the easiest one to get, honestly. You just do your Night Wave and you spend your cred or intermission tokens, whatever, and you just get his blueprints. Vabin is freaking sweet. It's always funny watching. I took him into a isolation vault, and his little marbles started freezing a necromech. So it was pretty hilarious, tasing the shit out of a necromech with marbles. But yeah, this is an awesome CC ability. Nice way to get rid of ads, and it's pretty fun. Mind Layer, I don't really use the pad. The Flechette Orb is what I mostly use. Overdriver is pretty fun because you throw it and it makes like a grappling hook cable thing, and the enemy starts swinging around. It's pretty funny. Photon Strike, it's like a Kamehameha from space, and it works really well. Yeah, that's about it for that one. Bastille. Yeah, but still, I'm just reading here, trying to remember how it works. But yeah, there's a way to you have to hold it. Here, I'm just reading here. Okay. So yeah, you deploy it, and it just opens it up and makes the enemies float. And then if you hold 4, it collapses and makes a big old mess of bodies and ragdoll effects. His passive is deal 25% extra damage to incapacitated enemies. So Bastille, the overdriver latch, works really good. So that is my third pick of my favorite warframe. Next. Alright. You knew this was coming. I love my Nekros. I did a video on how to get him. It's done really well. Thanks everybody for watching and liking if you enjoyed that video. I know its quality is absolutely terrible, but people have found it helpful. So with Nekros, they changed them up a little bit. I think this was like 2-3 updates ago. But Soul Punch. Before it would just like send a soul sailing and make a big explosion. Pretty fun. But now it marks enemies, so I've actually kind of got the system where I shoot an enemy, probably to the point where they're about to die, and then I hit them with the soul punch, and their soul fights for me. It works pretty good. Terrify. I use Terrify a lot with Nekros, especially when I'm doing defense missions or survival. It's just a nice CC. It makes ads run away from you. It's a good ability. It doesn't really do any damage though. Kind of keeps you alive. Desecrate. I've used Desecrate a few times. I mean, he is a Nekros. I should be using Desecrate a lot more. I just don't like running out of energy, because with my luck, I never Desecrate extra energy orbs. So, I mean, it's a good way to loot farm. Really good way to get extra resources. Desecrate. Shadows of the Dead. I do use this ability for defense missions or survival. A lot of people like to have like a rejuvenate on. I don't personally, because by the time you gone through a wave or whatever, they're sending stronger enemies out after you anyway. So you're gonna want to kill more enemies and bring them up and resurrect stronger enemies. His passive is restore 5 health with every enemy death within 10 meters. Next to my final favorite. Alright, so this was a tough one. It was between Neza and Wukong. These are both warframes you can get from your clan dojo. I don't have a clan dojo. I mean, yeah, I do have a dojo. I just don't have any research or anything I can do because we don't have anything. So Wukong and Neza, you could exchange these two, but Wukong is freaking awesome. His passive is, after taking fatal damage, Wukong automatically uses one of his mastered survival techniques. These techniques can only be invoked 3 times per mission. And so you'll get some random stuff like invisibility. You'll get invulnerability for 30 seconds, or you'll get... what was the other one? I don't know. I can't remember. I don't really die too much with him. But Celestial Twin, this ability is really fun. Basically, you clone yourself. If you have your firearm out, your clone will have your melee out. And if you have your melee out, your clone will have your firearm. So, really nice. He does a lot of damage, and he has double the health as you do. And double the shields. So, yeah, if you have like 600 health, he's going to have 1200 health. So, really nice. Cloudwalker, this is an awesome ability. I use this especially for spy missions and interception, as well as just trying to heal, because the distance you travel, you actually heal. So just go into your cloud, float around as fast as you can, and heal yourself. It's really cool because cameras can't see you. Laser grids don't hurt you when you're in your cloud form. And your clone gets kind of teleported to you when you get out of your cloud form. Defy. This ability is great. Basically, you absorb damage, and the damage you absorb, I believe it gets multiplied by 2 when you attack, and you also gain an armor buff for the damage you've absorbed. So, really nice. It's not quite on par with Neza's damage absorb for his shield, but this really helps. It really helps. Primal Fury, Exalted Staff, does a lot of damage, really fun to use. And your Celestial Twin does this too when you use your Exalted Weapon. He'll get one too. Same thing with Defy, your clone will teleport around you and you'll both do your monkey staff pose. Really nice abilities with Wukong Prime, or Wukong I should say, because they're kind of the same. Wukong Prime is just better stats. Alright. Okay, I said I knew I was gonna stop after 5, but I couldn't let Neza like not get mentioned here because I've had a lot of fun playing as Neza. Like I said, you get him from the dojo. I don't have a dojo, so I had to farm up his prime parts. Got lucky a few times, I guess. Firewalker, great ability. Your feet turn on fire and you leave a trail of fire. Does really good damage against Infested. Really good. So if you're going up against Infested, this ability will be a godsend. Alright. Blazing Check Ram. You hurl your little hula hoop at people and you can tap it again and teleport. Really nice movement ability. Can't say much else about it. It definitely works. Warding Halo. Really nice ability. You absorb damage and I think it multiplies. So the more it's like Rhino Skin, okay? You turn it on when you're taking damage. You don't just turn it on right away. So like if you're under fire, hit it, let it absorb damage. Same with Rhino Skin. You know, you don't put your Rhino Skin on when you're not taking damage, because then your buff won't be as great. This, you'll get 0 if you're not taking damage. I've done it before by accident. I was like, oh crap, whoops. So, yeah, keep that in mind. Use it when you're under fire. Divine Spears. This ability is a really nice CC ability. You summon up a bunch of spears that impale enemies, and then you use your hula hoop, hit an enemy, and they duplicate the hula hoops, and it does even more damage. And it also has I think it has like an increased rate drop chance for health and energy orbs, and then you slam them down on the ground to finish them off. That's what I do. Neza's passive is slide 60% faster and go 35% further. So really nice mobility frame. He's fast as fuck. He does a lot of damage. He survives. Definitely my definitely probably my second or first favorite warframe. So good. Alright guys. Well, that does it for today's video. Alright guys, thanks for watching. This has been my video for my top 6 favorite warframes. I definitely recommend picking these warframes up because they will make the game easier. Frost definitely makes the game easier for defensive missions. Then you can get stuff primed up. You know, you do your fissure sites and get cool stuff. But other than that, that does it for today's video. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed, drop a like. If you did not, drop a dislike. And tell Santa Claus you hated him as a child. Alright, thank you very much. See you all the next time.